Good day, students. Welcome to math.surf.com. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. In this presentation, we're going to be going over how to solve multi-step equations. Okay, we're going to solve multi-step equations involving the use of the distributive property. If that sounds like what you're looking for, go ahead and hit the subscribe and like button, and let's take a look at some examples. Alright, the instructions are as follows. Solve the following equations. Solve the following equations. Alright, for number one, let's say we have the equation negative 5x minus 4 minus 2x plus 1 equals 18. Alright, let's do it. So to solve this equation, what we're going to do is start off by combining like terms, and then we're going to isolate x. Okay, so what are the like terms? The variable terms in this equation of the first degree. So we have negative 5x and negative 2x are considered like terms. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and combine those. Negative 5x minus 2x, the signs are the same, so you add and keep the sign. That gives you negative 7x. Now the constants, namely negative 4 and plus 1, are like terms. We can combine those two. Minus 4 plus 1, you subtract and keep the sign of the bigger, which is negative 3. Equals 18. Alright, so we've combined like terms. Now what we're going to do is isolate x. To isolate x, we're going to carry out two steps. First of all, we're going to add 3 to both sides and then divide by negative 7. Okay, let's do it. So you add 3 to both sides of the equation, and that gives us negative 7x minus 3 plus 3 is 0 equals, add these 221, and then to finish it off, divide both sides by negative 7. And then our answer is going to be x equals 21 over negative 7 is going to be negative 3. Remember, when you divide two numbers with different signs, your answer will always be negative. Alright, so that's the answer to question number 1. Alright, let's take a look at question number 2. Let's say we have the equation 10 equals 7x minus 16x minus 8. Alright, so what we're going to do first in this multi-step equation is combine like terms where possible. Okay, so 10 minus 7x minus 16x minus 8. Do you see any like terms that we can combine here? Absolutely, we can combine negative 7x and negative 16x. These are first degree terms in the variable x. Okay, when it's first degree because the power is 1. Let's combine those. So we have 10 equals 7x minus 16x. You subtract the two numbers and keep the sign of the bigger. So you're going to have 16 minus 7 is 9. It's going to be negative 9x minus 8. Alright, let's go ahead and get x isolated. We can do this in two steps. First of all, we add 8 to both sides. We add 8 to both sides. We'll have 18 is equal to negative 9x. Now to undo this negative 9 that's combined with the x is a multiplication operation, so we're going to be using the inverse of multiplication, which is division. So divide both sides by negative 9. Alright, just as we did over here, we divided by negative 7. Here we're divided by negative 9. Now let's switch the equation around. We're going to have x, positive x equals 18 over 9 is going to be negative 2 because the signs are different. Alright, so there goes the answer to problem number 2. Let's take a look at question 3. So question 3, what if we have the problem 3 times 2x plus 1? That equals to 15. Now we have to use the distributive property as we indicated earlier. Okay, so 3 times 2x plus 1, the first thing we're going to do is proceed to get rid of the parentheses in order to do that, we're going to have to distribute the number in front of the parentheses into the two terms inside the parentheses, and that will give us 6x. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 3 equals 15. Alrighty. Now, to get x by itself, we can do this in two steps. We are going to subtract 3 and then divide by 6. Alright, subtract 3 from both sides, and that will give us 6x is equal to 12. To get x isolated, we are going to divide both sides of the equation by 6. Divide by 6, divide by 6, and then we get x equals positive 2, and that's your answer for question number 3. Alright, let's take a look at question 4. Question 4, we have negative 3 times quantity 2x minus 3 equals 63. So for this one, we are going to follow the same procedure as we did for number 3. Get rid of the parentheses first and then get x isolated. So we're going to start off by distributing negative 3 to both numbers here. And then you're going to have what? What are you going to have? Negative 6x. Now, don't forget, it's minus 3 times minus 3, okay? And whenever you multiply the same signs, you always end up with positive. Plus 9 equals 63. To get x by itself, we are going to subtract 9 from both sides and divide by negative 6. Okay, subtract 9. And that gives us negative 6x equals positive 54. And then divide both sides by negative 6. And your final answer will be x equals negative 9. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at problem number 5. Question 5, what if we have the equation 5x plus 3 times 2x plus 1 equals 36? Let's do it. So for this one, we're going to start off by getting rid of that parenthesis by using the distributive property. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Distribute the 3 to the two numbers in the parentheses. Okay, so that yields 5x plus 3 times 2 is 6x plus 3 times 1 is 3 equals 36. We are now going to combine like terms. Do you see any like terms to be combined here? We have first degree terms in the variable x. 5x is a first degree term in the variable x, and 6x can be combined. While we combine those two, we're going to add the coefficients, okay, which is 11x plus 3 equals 36. To get x isolated is a two-step process. Subtract 3 from both sides and divide by 11. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. So we have 11x equals 33, and then we're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 11. Okay, divide by 11, divide by 11, and then your final answer, x is equal to positive 3. Alright, let's take a look at question number 6. So for question 6, let's say we have the equation negative 18 equals 2x plus 2 times 3x minus 1. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Negative 18 equals 2x plus 2 times 3x minus 1. We're going to start off by getting rid of the parentheses by distributing. Distribute. And then that gives us negative 18 equals 2x plus 6x minus 2. And then we're going to proceed to combine like terms here. 2x and 6x are first degree terms in the variable x. Like terms, combine them. Negative 18 equals 8x minus 2. And then to finish this off is a two-step process. Add 2, divide by 8. Okay, so add 2, and that gives us what does that give us? 16, negative 16, you keep the sign of the bigger, equals 8x. And then to finish this off, divide both sides by 8. Divide by 8, divide by 8. And then your answer is going to be x equals, whenever you divide numbers with different signs, you end up with negative 2. Alright, let's take a look at number 7. For number 7, let's say we have the equation 2 minus 5 times 3x minus 1 equals 7. Okay, so to do this, first step, we're going to get rid of the parentheses. We're going to distribute that negative 5. Okay, remember you're distributing this number and the sign, okay, to both numbers here. And then that's going to become 2 minus 15x minus 5 times 1 is plus 5 equals 7. Are there any like terms to be combined here? Yes, we can combine positive 2 and positive 5. That gives us negative 15x plus 7 equals 7. Now to finish this off, we are going to subtract 7 from both sides and divide by negative 15. Okay, so subtract 7, that gives us negative 15. X equals 0. Divide both sides by negative 15. And then we are left with x equals 0 over negative 15, which is just 0. If you divide any non-zero number by 0, if you divide 0 by any non-zero number, you always get 0. Alright, number 8. What if we have the equation x minus 4 times 5x, x minus 4 times 5x minus 1 equals 42. Alright, so for this one, we're going to start off by getting rid of the parentheses. Alright, to get rid of the parentheses, we're going to distribute negative 4 again. So it's negative 4 that's getting distributed. Okay, distribute. And then we are going to have x minus 20x minus times minus plus 4. That equals 42. Like terms to be combined, we have x and negative 20x are like terms because they are first degree terms in the variable of x. Combine those two together, you get negative 19x plus 4 equals 42. To get x by itself, you subtract 4 and divide by negative 19. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Subtract 4 from both sides. Subtract 4 from both sides, you are going to have negative 19x equals 38. Okay, divide both sides by negative 19. Now just a side point, if you want to access our free worksheets, just look in the description below to gain access to the link to those worksheets where you can get more practice on these problems. Alrighty, so what do we have here that divides out? We have x equals 38 over 19 is negative 2. Alright, that's the answer for question number 8. Now the last one, problem number 9. Let's say we have the equation 2 times 3x plus 1 minus 5 times 2x minus 1 equals 39. Alrighty, so to do this, we're going to start off by getting rid of the parentheses. To do that, we're going to distribute twice here. So let's write that down again. So we have 2 times 3x plus 1 minus 5 times 2x minus 1 equals 39. Alright, let's go ahead and distribute. So distribute the 2 to these two terms, and then the negative 5. Don't forget, you're distributing the number with the sign, okay, to these two. And then that gives us 6x plus 2 minus 10x plus 5 equals 39. Combine like terms. As you can see, 6x and negative 10x are like terms because they are first degree terms in the variable x. Combine them together, you get negative 4x. And then positive 2 and positive 5 are constants. Okay, so plus 7 equals 39. To get x by itself, we're going to subtract 7 and divide by negative 4. Okay, so do that. Subtract 7. That will give us negative 4x equals 32. And divide both sides by negative 4. And then your answer, x, is going to be equal to negative 8. Okay? So what do you think about the process of solving equations, multi-step equations? Let us know in the comment section below how the whole process looks to you. If you have any questions or confusions that you would like us to elaborate on, just include it in the comment section below. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your studies of solving equations, do give us a thumbs up. Questions or comments can be posted in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for updates to the series of math tutorials. Worksheets and other support resources can be found on math.serve.com or look right into the description. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.